It's Friday. Try this one more time. Man, we're talking about frequency. What I understand about frequency is that frequency is what we are. Is sort of compared to energy and how it's, and how frequency is exuberated or how it's manifested in the physical realm. And so, with frequency, they explain frequency is the rate at which something occurs or is repeated over a particular period of time or in a given sample. The rate at which a vibration occurs that constitutes a wave either in a material or in an electromagnetic field, usually measured per second. Characteristics of that is that I'm gonna go back to the rate at which a vibration occurs that constitutes a wave. And so when we move or when we think or uh, when you feel a change on the inside, it's all frequency. And so it's a rate because you can be sitting there being calm, your heart beating at a normal pace, and the shift of the mind into a thought where you need to do something or pass a memory or a future circumstance that you think may happen changes your frequency. And so that's not what I don't believe is that the change of thought, your change of thought is the meaning of frequency. I'm saying that frequency is already there with your original thought, regardless of what you're thinking. And so I think the key is that when we come to a God level or when we get to a mature level of where we need to operate in the frequency that we know we need to operate in, I believe that it's we're in the total control now, you know. And so the rate at which a vibration occurs that constitutes a wave. And so in a material or in an electromagnetic field is something that's moving, but it's not sight to the physical eye. So electromagnetic field is actually a vibration that is measured through steps, or it's measured through time and seconds and stuff like that. That's how the scientists, what I'm saying, measure this shit. So what? Another thing I understand about frequency is that it can be a shift to a person that's it can be a it can be conducive to a person that's operating on a low frequency that needs to find a higher frequency, and that regardless of what frequency you're on, it's there there's an outlet to get to that balance. It's not even to get better, but it's to also understand both sides. Because I know that if a motherfucker slap me, that my frequency is gonna be on that same level, regardless of what you say on how what high frequency you're operating on. And so I don't believe a high frequency is beneficial if a motherfucker slap you. So what do we do with high frequency and what do we do with low frequency and what do we do with just frequency in general is is up to the beholder. It's up to for you to balance that out. It's up to you to control your own frequency and to recognize other frequencies to match, what I'm saying, your frequency at the time, because it's all about a spirit to spirit connection. And so what I'm gonna do right now, man, I'm gonna give you some characteristics on operating a higher frequency. and spoke volumes to me. Let me go get some water real quick. Talking shit. Hope y'all enjoying y'all life. So I'm definitely enjoying mine. Got good food, good smoke, a good woman, a good family. I'm just, you know, living life the way I live my life. Let's see, I got the Santa Burger, Santa Murder. Oh,
Hi, Daddy. What are you doing?
I'm making a video. I'm making a video talking about frequency.
I know.
Yeah, turn that TV down soon. And close my door. Alright, so we back at it now. Characteristics of operating on a higher frequency. So these are points in basically just basically things and situations that we can relate to on the physical realm that separates us from actually uh, not being normal. Because I think when you talk about normal, we all got flesh and blood, and we got you know we we're human beings and we look the same, or we're either white or black or whatever. So, but what I'm saying is how your life kind of take steps, different steps than normal, you know. So, one, everything that works for everybody else doesn't work for you. So, if you can relate to that, that's something that I can definitely relate to. I done tried everything, every gimmick, every, what I'm saying, thing in the book, all the foods, all the little gadgets and tricks and, uh, you know, try this to get rich quick schemes and all this other stuff, man, and done studied, read all these books, and it's like how I look at that statement. It's like what everybody that works, everything that works for everybody else doesn't work for you. It's just like you just feel like you don't match in this society or in this natural world, or you just feel like a displacement here. In a sense. It's like everything, all the new shit gets old to you real quick. It's like you did everything already, you know. And that's how I feel about that. It's like when and as saying that as operating out of a higher frequency, as feeling like that, you do. You operate out that higher frequency. It's just like you don't feel as you belong. You feel like you did these mundane things already, and you would rather be talking about the universe and what I'm saying, and the brain, and what I'm saying, aliens and all this other weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you yearn and crave for. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I always been. I always wanted to speak on a higher level, or always wanted to indulge in crazy conversations that opened up the heart and the minds of, what I'm saying, my fellow peers. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that there wouldn't be no judgment, but you just can't open your mouth everywhere because motherfuckers will think you crazy. So, you know, if you ever feel like that, then you're definitely operating on a higher frequency because I won't even say necessarily that's operating on a higher frequency because you also feel a sense that you're better than everybody else, but then you recognize that spirit that you're operating out of, and then you catch yourself and say, okay, now I still don't want I still don't want to do this, I still feel like I've did this before, so if that's just you, some situations are gonna feel like that, and some situations it's gonna feel gravy where, you can just fall in and just, just live and not think about this conscious shit, all the time. And not be on your weird shit all the time. So everything that works for everybody doesn't work for you. So and they say only 1% of the population is on a higher frequency. Uh, I don't believe that. I believe that, it's a new day, and to stamp something like that and to be what your heart and what us, true conscious motherfuckers really feel in our hearts, or what's going to go down, or what's, bound to happen or willing to take place. We really don't feel that, man. I feel like it's growing. 1% of the population. I feel like it's growing. I'm not gonna put a stamp on that. Uh, you're hypersensitive, empathetic, intuitive, creative, a perfectionist, and complex. I mean, all those apply. Uh, as far as being hypersensitive, I do feel people's spirit right when they walk in the room. I know what's going on with them right away. I can sense, there's a gap or an incontentment there when I come in contact with people. So I am hypersensitive, empathetic. I'm definitely empathetic to everybody's situation, regardless if it's you think it's some Smurf shit, or if you know it's some real shit, or if you know if it's in between. You have an empathetic understanding of that person's of what that person's going through. You know, as far as intuitive, man, I've been going through this shit all my life. As far as being intuitive to the spirits and what's going on. So creative, uh, you know, definitely creative, perfectionist, complex. I'm definitely not a perfectionist, but I think in my scheme of things, I am a perfectionist due to the fact that I got an overall plan, and my overall plan is, is a reach for perfection, but in the midst of doing the detail and the dirty work and falling and rising and all that shit, man. As far as this life give us, I'm not worried about it. Yeah, I am a perfectionist in that sense because I have a overall, uh, end goal, and it's it's mundane and it's egotistical to try to plan it like that to be a cultist and an esoteric motherfucker, but at the same time, you know, it is what it is. Life is for the living. Uh, lives life in a heart centered way. Uh, yeah, that's me. You. What I want to say is, you to overall understand everything, you have to take everything to the heart because in the heart is universal. And when I say the heart is universal, it regardless of what situation that comes to pass or in your path, the heart chakra or to live your heart in a heart centered way is to actually your spirit actually goes into everybody else's shoes to play the role that they're playing at the time to get each person's understanding of how they would feel and to bring a complete understanding into your own self and to not be and to not live or you know what I'm saying in a fashion of that you got this, you're judging this person based off something they did worldly. You know what I'm saying? You know that everything can be correctable. As an occultist, you think universally. You think you know that there's, you know what I'm saying, so many avenues to getting the answer right. And so, yeah, a desire to find, confirm, and capture the essence of their true spiritual home, partner, family, and or community. That's the path. You know, when you take that path, when you have a desire to find it and confirm and to capture the essence of your spiritual home, which is your own temple, your own body. You know, everything is about mastering yourself. It's about self knowledge because everything manifests outside of yourself when you master self. When you treat yourself that way, the universe treats you that way. And so when it says your partner, like you just know, you know who you know who you're supposed to be, your family and or community. You feel entities or angels around you. You see or hear those on occasion. Man, as far as entities, those those are properties of yourself. Those are spiritual. That's how um that's what glows off of you. Basically, that's what entities are. It's like you wouldn't know about them if you wasn't here. And if you've experienced the entities and you know what I'm saying, people talking to you or uh, or you just feel like angels are around you or you just getting all these synchronicities. I get synchronicities every single day. It's ridiculous, you know. And this is just to remind you that like yeah, you're protected, that you've been here before, that the ancestors got you. You know what I'm saying? So the entities, like with entities and angels, it's just like it's accepting both sides. It's just like you need the entities, you need the gods, you need the angels around you, you need your ancestors around you to guide you through this physical realm. And the entities is when you conjure up and just and you're supposed to bring out a side that you're just searching pure of heart and that you just want to know about. And that's something that you've learned what this thing is. And you know that that is a part of you in this life and that is something that you have to use. You know, that's something you know that you got to add that to your arsenal. You have vivid dreams and even moving, speaking, or acting out while asleep. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. My wife, she had a full conversation with a month with said something. I don't know. She said I was on the phone and she said some shit. I don't know. She spoke out loud as a motherfucker and was clear. And so, you know, we know we're directly contacted with the astral world in this world. And so what what we're here to try to understand, this is a school, and so what we're trying to understand is that it's trying to connect the two, you know, and especially if you're, you know what I'm saying, if if you're on a level of awakening where you realize, you know what I'm saying, like, okay, this is it. They won't leave me alone. I know what I'm supposed to be doing as a being. So let me just move forward. Periods of intense shedding of relationships, responsibilities, or priorities. Time moves fast. Enhanced awareness of synchronicities. I'm so aware. I actually see every day this summer. I've seen monarch butterflies in my path. that's found me in different, like, mind you, I do roofing, and I'm in the service department, so I go to different job sites in different cities and states, and in different, at different areas. And so if I see the orange and black butterfly every day, I see the yellow and black butterfly every day. I don't even know their names. You know what I'm saying? I know it's the monarch and it's something else, but they visit me all the time, every day. I'm on the roof. Don't matter where I'm at. I haven't missed a day, and it really, I'm I'm in tune with the synchronicities because I recognize that it's there every day, but I'm not counting on you. You see what I'm saying? I'm not. It's not an urge for me to see them every day. It's just a constant confirmation that, nigga, you you, you are special. Y'all shut up. God damn it. What's up, man? Can you go to the park today? Yeah, we probably go tomorrow, man. Which day? Finish this video. Service to others is your motto, which helps dictate the decision that you make in all that you are and do. And that's what we do too. And that is our motto. We got a history, and we got a pattern of helping other motherfuckers before we can help ourselves. Or we got a pattern of helping other people before we do ourselves. And it was just something that we really had to shift, or had to put the balance to. But that is our motive, though. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's service to others is your motive. So there ain't no right or wrong in this shit, man. It's just something that if you connect to, and if there's something that you've been going through, and you know that you line up with these synchronicities, then you know what I'm saying. You you're on the right path. To see our Earth and the human experience as a smaller part of a bigger picture, you feel almost like we as humans are the experiments, playground, or school for spirits, entities, and forces from other dimensions, including some of your own soul's energy source. Yeah, and you do, like, as an overall, you do feel like it's a big smorgasbord. But but for me, spiritually, I feel like I'm in control. I'm on the top of the smorgasbord now. It is. Yeah, we do got fate. Yeah, we got destiny. But as far as understanding this school and this life, I understand in this school and this life that there are also, what I'm saying, changes and manifestations, and there's also shifts of frequency also, you know, and that it can be rewritten, and then that your name could be in one book, but it could be transferred to another motherfucking book. So what? That's what I understand. You know what I'm saying? And I probably was on this path. You know what I'm saying? I probably was not this path. I probably was on another path. You know what I'm saying? I probably did have another destiny. But when you talk about frequency, when you shift, you know what I'm saying? That makes the world brand new. It opens up the door. It opens up a portal where you can. It opens up a portal where you can also see the destiny in what you chose, because you had a change of thinking, and you changed the frequency in what you were doing. And so, it, yeah, this human experience is definitely a smaller part of a bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? And when we talking about God, and what I'm saying, the ultimate grandmaster chessboard, what I'm saying, and we talk about destiny, but I can't exclude conspiratorial, what I'm saying, entities that's in place that kind of controls the smorgasbord, because when you put that into place, that put a lot of destiny on other people's, what I'm saying, so-called thought of their own destiny. And so I don't know if you understood me, but when you talk about destiny and people having their destiny, and they're in a time era, and they're in the era, they're the 70s or 80s, and they was going through this fight with this, and when we think about it, and then when we think about it, the 70s, 80s, and you're caught in this era, and you think you had this destiny, but you know that it was. We say that the human experience is smaller part of a bigger picture. Yeah, you're a part of a bigger picture under somebody else's smorgasbord, though. And so, can we label that true destiny? No, man, because if you don't understand that you're being controlled on another level through your mind, then you can control your heaven here. Now you're in a position where you can control your heaven here on earth. And so once you get in that position as living the you know as being at such a level of contentment where you don't care about nothing what's going on about what you've established in your mind and it manifested. And so, of course, we're here in the human experience. We're always going to want more, but you put all that shit to the side. You plan. You know what I'm saying? You take that shit for face value, man. On the real. You don't overstress yourself about that shit as a, you know what I'm saying? As operating on a higher frequency, because all that shit really don't matter. It was never a ultimate goal for you. You know what I'm saying? To get to that point, you know what I'm saying? You know that, but you understand as operating out of a higher frequency, you know that saying information is everything, and on this world, information costs like a motherfucker. You know, it costs to buy them books and stuff like that. So you know what I'm saying? And to even just move forward, and you've got bigger and better plans to move forward, you're gonna need, what I'm saying, whatever monetary source of income that they choose in this world, you're gonna need that to move forward. And so you understand that it usually takes dire situations to open people's minds. You so want to be genuine in your interaction with others, but you have to put your consciousness and talents in your back pocket. That's just self-explanatory, man. You know that you you just know that this information is not even the point on if it's accepted. You know that everybody's not ready for uh everybody doesn't have an imagination on being free and knowing what true freedom is, you know, and knowing what true freedom is. They have a picture of it, but they don't have a knowing of it. You know what I'm saying? And so when you go in areas, when you go into certain social situations, man, even with families, friends, coworkers, you just out in here in this matrix. And so being out here in this matrix, you understand that you got to put your consciousness and your talents on the top shelf. That's just like you see it in the movies, man. You know Superman, Clark can't just be, what I'm saying, having his shirt open with the S just shining out. They're gonna find out he's Superman. You know what I'm saying? Fucking all these other, you know how they go. You know what I'm saying? And they talking about you. And so it's a constant battle, you know what I'm saying, doing that, you know what I'm saying? It's a constant battle, always doing that sometimes, but you be like, oh, fuck it, man. I just throw that shit on the shelf. Turn up, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's something I know I do well, and everybody else know I do well. And sometimes, man, we need that subconscious energy, man, so we can revive ourselves and to learn about ourselves. That energy is needed. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, I mean, you understanding that is usually dire situation to open up people's mind. Uh, yeah, yeah. Hard head make a soft ass. You know what I'm saying? And some people have to learn from that hard lesson. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to just let that lesson be learned. You know, it's hard to let the lesson be learned because that's what need to be learned. That's what they need to master at that point in their lifetime to get to the next level. And you know that if they don't master that, that they're going to be always stuck at that, you know, constantly getting older and not passing that stage. And so you believe that happiness may or may not be the goal of this incarnation, but the that the living but that living a life that is consistent with your purpose will produce all of your fulfillment you could ever want. You believe that happiness may or may not be the goal of this incarnation, but that living a life that is consistent with your purpose will produce all of your fulfillment and everything that you want. That's just self-explanatory, man. You know what I'm saying? Like believing you believe you believe that happiness may or may not be the goal of this incarnation. But you know what I'm saying, I choose every day to be happy, man. You know what I'm saying? I understand situations may occur and they gonna come. And so what I'm building on is what I'm building on is choosing my happiness because like I said, we talk about the big grand chessboard and you know what I'm saying, like how all this shit is designed and all this other shit, man. Like I understand this shit is designed, but if I have the mind, if I'm the universal creator, you know what I'm saying, I can make my own design while I'm here. The physical body doesn't matter. I can make the physical design here. You know what I'm saying? All I have to do is think it. So you believe that you believe that your destiny is set and is great, but that free will and frequency can and will change the time and ease and efficiency of fulfilling that destiny. I'm gonna say it again. You believe that your destiny is set and is great, but that free will and frequency can and will change the timing, ease, and efficiency of fulfilling that destiny. Everybody believe they, you know what I'm saying, their destiny is set and great, you know, and and that's the key. That's the point that I was saying before. Like we was talking about destiny and fate, and we're talking about how this is already written, and but they say free will and frequency can and will change the timing and ease and efficiency of fulfilling that destiny. So if they said frequency and your will, so what is pointed out is that what can hold you back is your free will and your frequency from getting to your destination at the time and that's supposed to be your destiny or destination, same word, destiny, destination. So your will is nothing but your will, you know what I'm saying? That's your gut feeling, your focus, your intent, what really matters at that time, what you can focus on singularly in your frequency. How high is your frequency? So they said change the timing and the ease at your destiny. So if we focus our intent and our will on what really matters and what we really want, man, and disregard all that bullshit or what's in between, we'll get to our destiny quicker on the real. And don't nobody really, you know what I'm saying? Like your depiction of heaven here is limited, man. It's limited only in the mind though. only in the mind. You can have whatever you want to. I just don't have the desires of, what I'm saying, all that bullshit because I know what's attached to this shit. I want my freedom. I want my true freedom. You know what I'm saying? That real shit. You know what I'm saying? That real shit. You don't like the money. You That's funny. I was just talking. You don't like that money is the focus and basis of our current world. You prefer to see people for how they are and what they feel, and not for what they have or whom they know. You prefer to exchange services and talents rather than money. Sharing art, time, and expertise tends to reflect more on what's in the heart than any other currency could ever have. Could any other currency ever could. So yeah, that's just a. I mean, nigga definitely ain't crazy. Nigga needs some money. So y'all can. Uh, I'm gonna get this shit set up, man. Y'all can donate to the PayPal page, man, and support your boy. Uh, but talk on that, man. My focus is not, what I'm saying, money. It's just about the information and what my people need in their minds. The mind controls the body. The body moves forward in this world. So it's gonna help you with your moves. It's gonna help you be the God and the goddess that you are. And then I truly understand that I'm doing it for my motherfucking self too. So if you support me, I am doing it for myself. But just know that what I'm saying is, you already know where it's coming from. So I don't have to say it's coming from the motherfucking heart or none of that bullshit that niggas be saying. So is if it connect, it connect. If it don't, so keep moving. You feel the pains physically and emotionally when Mother Earth is ailing or rumbling. Yeah, you can like you feel the unease before a tragedy happens, like when before them shootings, or if you know that something's about to happen. And the earth, like earthquake, Hurricane Katrina, like I can feel it in my bones. I can really, what I'm saying, like empathize. I'm either sweating in my sleep or I'm you know what I'm saying, got a headache or some shit, or you just feeling uneasy in your heart and you don't know what it is, and so you just try scrambling around trying to calm yourself down. You start, get you a drink, smoke whatever, what I'm saying, go to the store, you get dressed, go take a shower, you do all the things, and you just feel this uneasiness, what I'm saying, and you already know something's around the corner, and then you get that, you hear something on the news, or you get that phone call, or something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? You just know on the real. So uh, you recognize that each person has a different part in our global community. Uh, Regardless of rank, role, or training, each person is valued and crucial to the greater picture. Like I said, I did a video on being the actor. Like we're all actors and actresses. And so, if you understand, I'm definitely do a video on the actor and the actresses, and so and how we're all Hollywood is a motherfucker. So what I'm saying, just due to the condition that we're all Hollywood, and so that lecture is coming soon. We're all actors. We all have our role in this world. You know what I'm saying? Some plays the plumber, some plays the teacher, some plays the police officer, some plays the accountant, some plays the construction worker, some plays the CEO, and some plays the uh, you know you can be the executive CEO. You know what I'm saying, to the Fortune 500 company and making big bucks. But when I talk about actors you know like I recognize each person has a different part in this world, and you just gotta play your world, and it has nothing to do with what I'm saying, what how you're connected to this universe, and how you as a melanated being, or you as a conscious being, as a god and a goddess, operates out here in this world. You know, it doesn't take away from that. It doesn't take away from your spiritual not spiritual rank, but it doesn't take away from your own spirituality at a level that you understand in that. So, you know what I'm saying? Some people take this consciousness and they just want to strip away everything, you know what I'm saying? And it's a mental stripping of everything. But being a wise person, you have to maneuver in this world. You know what I'm saying? You have to, not even blend in. You can be yourself, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, man, you don't want to be uh, you know what I'm saying, just the outcast where you end up in a place and end up somewhere you don't want to be. That's like in jail where they lock your crazy ass up or whatever, man. And you already know, you've seen those people, you know what I'm saying? They're out here in the world and there's, they're not at fault. They just reacted on the information or what they've been received and they acted out in a way where, you know what I'm saying, it was conducive to society. You know what I'm saying? I had a partner at work where he said his brother just got, you know what I'm saying, just got right off the radar. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to live with nobody. He didn't want no house. He didn't want nobody giving him no money. He was a ex, you know what I'm saying, military veteran, and he just didn't want no means, no ties to it. And the family tried to help him. They just got him an apartment. They started buying him clothes. They bought him a little car, and he realized what they was doing. He was like, "No, you guys." He was like, "You trying to get me? You're trying to get me." Yeah, you're trying to get me. And so he left. He left the car, the house, and he was just like, some people react in that way towards the due to the conditioning on what had happened to them or what they've learned in this world. And they know this world is fucked up. And him with him being a military veteran, you know he knew some signs that that he wasn't supposed to be knowing. And so some people react in a different way. It's just finding the balance here, to the people that I'm speaking to, that just really don't want to go, way off the radar or way off, to the left field, to be dressing all crazy and to just throw away everything. Like, oh, I'm talking about dude, throw away everything. No, man, it's about mastering the system that, we created the system. They didn't create shit, but they just abused the system, you know. And so we we gods, you know what I'm saying? We anything thrown in our way, we accomplish and we master. You know what I'm saying? So uh, characteristics on operating out of a higher frequency. Because of all the energies that higher frequency people take in and take on from the world around them, they are quite prone to food and environmental allergies, thyroid thyroid issues, and adrenaline fatigue, inflammation leading to digestive and joint issues, depression, addictions, extreme highs and lows in moods, and intense sexual hunger in sexual relationships. To regroup, you need alone time away from the energies of other people. And so I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna read the other part. Uh, I don't know. I used to be prone to them, but I had plenty of allergies when I was little, though. You know what I mean? As far as like food and environmental allergies, that shit don't phase me, man. Thyroid issues and adrenaline fatigue, that's not a problem. Inflammation leading to digestive and joint issues, depression, addiction. Yeah, we all go through depression and you know what I'm saying? We got joint issues and stuff. I got a back issue, you know what I'm saying? Like addictions, like I got the right addictions, you know what I'm saying? I'm addicted to my wife and weed. Uh they say extreme highs and lows and moods and intense sexual hunger in relationships. And so, It is what it is. To regroup, you need a long time from other. That is true. Like I have to have my alone time. I gotta regroup. I gotta think it out. I gotta go through the chambers of what's going on inside my head. And so once I do that, I I feel much better, and I can give a what I'm saying, a proper response to the energies that I'm gonna come back. What I'm saying, come back to. What I'm saying, that's just me. What I'm saying, like everybody need their alone time, but I don't mind being around people, man. I can get along with anybody. What I'm saying. I, that's just me. What I'm saying. So, uh, by water or nature, engaging in sports or physical activities and getting lost in music, dance, or forms of expression of art, all to help rid themselves of the frequencies that take in, as well as to help rebalance their own energy systems. Yeah, I just talked about that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I drink a lot of water. I also, what I'm saying, go by the lake and just, what I'm saying, make my videos too, man. And I play a lot of sports, man. I would try to work out every day, do push-ups or whatever, man. Love my music. That's just that's that's just a secret. That's the ancient secrets, man. That's You go buy some water. You drink water. You go buy the water. You know what I'm saying. You dance. You listen to music. You know what I'm saying. You do art. You draw sigils. You just don't even know what you're drawing. You just doing it. You know what I'm saying. Like that's just the ancient shit that we are supposed to be operating in, and that's the ancient shit that heals us. You know what I'm saying. Like anything that goes on from the bottom of the belly to the top of the head, what I'm saying, that's where most of our problems at. The leg shits we can fix. We can either go on crutches or whatever, but we also do have chakras in our legs. And so, I'm not going to discredit that, but I know the center, which is our base of our spine to the top of our head. And so to learn these systems from the top of our head to the bottom of our belly, to learn these systems and to operate in the correct systems and to operate out of the correct ways of doing things, or what naturally works for us is the quick heal for us, or that keeps us going without feeling any other ailments, is the dance, is the music, is the going by the water, is the drinking water, is to, what I'm saying, that's what helps. What I'm saying? That's what keeps us moving on. What I'm saying? You're the soul that represents the next steps for our human species, because 3D life as a higher frequency person is complicated. It is neither helpful nor expected for you to live in perpetual bliss, nor to isolate instead of participate in this world. It said it is. He said it is neither helpful nor expected for you to live in perpetual bliss, nor to isolate instead of participate in this world. And so I got a high problem with that shit. Like if I'm not feeling the energy, if I know I'm finna get into like going, what I'm saying, either fucking with friends or family, if I don't want to fuck with somebody, or if I just don't want to be around, I will try to find some bullshit to not go to that motherfucker. Straight up, on the real. Like I would not do it. I'd be like, shit, fuck it. Nigga, ain't the game coming on? Shit. I ain't got no socks. Like for real. I ain't mm-mm. I just don't. I just like being. I like being alone with me, myself, and I, and and the person that's supposed to be with me, and the people that I do interact with. So that's just how my soul is set up. And other people recognize. You know what I'm saying? Any discomfort, any discomforts and confusion you experience pave the way for your sincerity and ingenuity. Your resilience inspires others. Your tenacity is the hope for the future. So, yeah. that said any discomforts and confusion you experience pave the way for your sincerity. And that's that's just me. Yeah, that's just me, man. So and so yeah, just just operating on a higher frequency, you know what I'm saying, takes us to a place of being, you know what I'm saying, of being that true self or that true you that you know that you can be. You know what I'm saying? Where nothing on the physical realm can put a label on it or can put an attachment on it because you know that you've expressed this inner light that somebody recognized without a physical attribute, but your flesh and bone and your skin and the words that came out your mouth. You know. And I'm talking to, you know what I'm saying, everybody that's operating on a higher frequency. Everybody know who they are. Everybody know, uh, you know what I'm saying, everybody know who they are. It's just, everybody don't know who they are, but everybody has a sense that I have this self that I'm keep on searching to unlock, you know. And so it's just operating out of a higher frequency, to talk to my people, to say to operate out of a higher frequency. It has nothing to do with sin or right or wrong or the rules. You know what's right or wrong. You know, in your environment and wherever you're at, you know the rules and the conduct and what's bogus and what's not bogus, or what's bogus inside your heart. Even if, you know what I'm saying, regardless of what you got going on, operating out of a higher frequency is all in the mind. And that's it, you know, regardless of where you at, you know what I'm saying, regardless of what a motherfucker doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if you boost. I don't give a fuck if you steal, rob, kill, because y'all operating off of a grand design. You know what I'm saying? It is a grand design. You know what I'm saying? And black motherfuckers do need to stop popping people, but it is also it's a smorgasbord. You know what I'm saying? 95% of our, you know what I'm saying, murders and problems are economical, fam. And it stems from, you know what I'm saying, that source of just not being content and not having that, you know what I'm saying. And so y'all keep on doing your thing, man. Keep on doing y'all motherfucking thing. You know what I'm saying? We'll figure it out in the rubble of the shit. In the midst of the shit, we gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And so operating out of a higher frequency is operating, you know what I'm saying, just through the mind, just to change another thinking. You know what I'm saying? You know you in an environment. Just imagining, just having a mindset, moving through that environment, having a different mindset, having a higher frequency, moving in that can change things for you, and it can also shift you to another frequency because you chosen, you made it, you made that frequency, you painted that picture inside your head, and it manifested for you. So don't get surprised when that shit open up a door for you. Don't be surprised, bro. And then what some people do with it, they just, you know, go back to the same, go back to the picture that they were used to, and then and then, you know what I'm saying, and then now you stunning on, and then you trying to stun on, you know what I'm saying, your own, and then, you know what I'm saying, you trying to, you know what I'm saying, discredit them, you trying to talk about their religion, or they you know what I'm saying, that's what it turns to. When people get this information, that's what it turns to. It turns to a battle now. Now you're fighting the people where you once was. You're fighting the same people where you once was. And you use your information not to benefit your own self, but to benefit your own ego, so you can slash somebody else because you want to make them feel bad so they can come and join your way of thinking so bad. You know what I'm saying? And it's about their way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? If I could change a hustler's mind right now, dog, I just said, you know what I'm saying? If you use this information for your greater good, nigga, I could change a whole. Use this information for your own good. That's where people got the mindset fucked up, man. Is you meet the person where the fuck they at, and then when they be talking about that shit in church, no, they got an ulterior motive because of that shit, man. They eventually want you to be, you know what I'm saying, that them because that's a good sheep, that's a good slave. You're gonna pay your tithes on time. You're not gonna miss a church service. No, motherfucker. No, nigga, change how you operate out there, man, because eventually you came to a certain point in your life where you needed help or to change your surroundings. So, nigga, change. Think this way while you go operate and move. And if you want to change, you want to get all moralistic, get moralistic out in them streets. That's your change. That's you made that change for you. You did it for yourself. Ain't no motherfucker help you change that. And so, what we have embarked on, man, uh, uh, is we embarked on a great debate of what was already set in place for us. You know what I'm saying? We've embarked on a great debate where we've been given the information. We've been you know what I'm saying, pushed to this side, been labeled this side, chosen the sides that we've been labeled on. You know what I'm saying? To try to go combat some information that, you know what I'm saying, really don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Even this information don't matter. Is what you do with it. You know what I'm saying? It's for you to go research it. It's for you. It's what, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, motherfuckers listen to videos all day. We don't use it. If we don't try it, you know what I'm saying? It's not a benefit, bro. It's not a tool. It's not. It's no longer a tool, man. On the real. What the fuck a model gonna go buy a motherfucking what a damn model gonna go buy a 50 piece tool set for? You know what I'm saying? Like on some real life shit. I'm not saying that she can't, you know what I'm saying, that women can't do what a man can do, but you know what I'm saying, in her profession, why would she go invest in that? Why would she go buy that? It's not beneficial for her, man. So we just want to stay in our lane. Wherever you at, stay wherever you at, you can always change. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the thinking of the mind. And that's just operating on a higher frequency.
Stop.
That's just operating on a higher frequency. And it ain't, you know, you can imagine whatever, you know what I'm saying? You the God, you know. So man, so I've been with y'all for about an hour, man. I'm signing out. So frequency is very important, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes we sometimes we can't control our frequency because of just being in the libido, you know what I'm saying, being in the subconscious, you know what I'm saying. And uh you know, as far as frequency, we know, as you know what I'm saying, as a chaos beings, that you know we're in control of the frequencies 24/7, you know. 24/7 we're in control of the frequencies, you know what I'm saying. But we as occult beings being in the subconscious, we know that that's important also, and that we know that some that's either mid, low, or high frequencies at that moment really don't matter, depending on the situation. You know what I'm saying? So you know, it's definitely uh, a video of not. You know what I'm saying, that you need to operate on a higher frequency, but you need to recognize frequencies. You need to recognize high frequencies and recognizing low frequencies. I don't give a fuck where you operating at. No, nobody does that. Nobody changes their, you know what I'm saying. You can, you know what I'm saying. For the motherfuckers that's gonna do it, they gonna do it. But the motherfuckers that's gonna take that step into,
Mighty,
you know,
I mean, pour me your
put
glass of that soda. I'm sorry.
putting that some people put their toe in the water, you know what I'm saying. Some people dive in, you know. It's different. Like I recognize that. Now you know, some people put they ankle in the water. Some people just put their legs in, just put their waist, and they, huh, huh, and then they gradually get their body underneath. It's different ways of indulging in getting that cleansing. taking that next step. So frequency is chosen. Fuck that. Your destiny can be changed. Fuck that. Signing off. Arson.